What can you do with your land? Hi, I'm Aldric Toyad, a real estate negotiator with RGroup Sdn Bhd. My REN number is 32167. In my previous video, I shared the definition of land under the National Land Code. So I'm continuing down that trajectory. What can you do with a vacant land that falls into your possession? Now again, I'm using the National Land Code in this video. So Sabah, Sarawak, please refer to the land ordinance in the respective jurisdictions. Every land alienated by the state authority comes with a classification, and there are three classifications which we have to take note of. First classification is agricultural land, whether the land is alienated and designated for the use of agricultural purposes. Second, buildings. So buildings, you include your residential buildings, you include your commercial property, and other buildings, general buildings being erected, schools, for example. The third classification, of course, is industrial purposes. So industrial land is where you build your factories, your plants, your warehouse, jetties, railways, and other industrial related structures. So what is going deeper, right? Let me dive deeper. For example, like agriculture. Agricultural land can be given a second layer of condition. The state authority can affix a condition to that title. So I'm giving you the answer how you can find what can you do with your land. If it's an agricultural land, when the condition is to use the land, the agricultural land, for the cultivation of palm oil, you are required by law to follow the title, meaning you can only plant palm oil. If you do plant other crops, it should not be, I believe, it should not negate the purpose of the whole alienation to begin with. So let's say you're planting peanuts beneath the palm oil, diversifying the use of land, right? That would not be indirect contravention with the title, because the main crop that is being cultivated is still palm oil. Likewise, if it's for paddy cultivation, it should only be used for that purpose. So turning a land alienated for paddy cultivation into, say, a durian farm, a durian orchard, will be indirect. You're infringing the condition of your land. The state authority may take the necessary action to cause against you to ensure that the land is meant for the selected crops. But what if you want to change it? You bought this, and I'm sure you've seen it. Many former estates are now residential areas. So what you can do is you can convert the land. You apply to the state authority for a conversion of the land from whatever use it is, agriculture. So let's say it's agriculture. You got the land that is designated for palm oil, and you'd like to plant durian trees there. So before you start cultivating durians, before you start doing anything moving on with executing your plan, the first thing you need to do is to apply to the state authority to convert the condition, to vary the condition. So if you inherited tanah kampung, a rural land, a rural farmland, and you want to develop it, well, you or the developer will need to apply for a conversion of that land from agricultural land to one suited for buildings, and likewise from buildings to industrial purposes. So just because having a designation for the land, the condition for the land, does not mean it is the end of the whole journey. You can still apply to the state authority to change, to convert, to waiver the purpose of the land. I do encourage that you speak to a qualified conveyancing lawyer, qualified personnel, who can advise you better on the steps, the stages, the process, right? To appreciate the whole flow, so that especially when you inherit the land, you want to know what you can do with it. Remember, do do not act on a whim. Please follow the procedure prescribed by the National Land Code. Speak to professionals or be referred to convincing lawyers. You can get real estate negotiators, real estate agents to refer reliable lawyers to you. Let them guide you throughout the process. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope do have a great day ahead. Bye.